Good evening.
How are you all?
Very good. First class.
Let's do a small activity. I am a Bollywood actor. Don't ask me Kaur. Assume I am a Bollywood actor. I will be doing some steps or some acting kind of thing. You need to find which Bollywood actor it is. So, I will be telling the Toastmasters like this. Toastmasters. Which actor did this? Right. Again, another Bollywood actor. This is the signature step of his dance. Right. The last Bollywood actor who does the action like this. Yes. Thank you for your access. To ensure the smooth progress of this meeting, you have to follow certain ground rules. Please take out your mobile phone and put it on the silent mode. Please. Okay. Show me thumbs up when it is done. If you wish to step out or step in, do so when you hear an applause. Kindly refrain speaking on 3 sensitive topics such as sex, politics and religion. As we move on, let us hear a perseverant story of today's evening. She was in her grade 7 summer holidays. Okay, during that time, their parents constructed their dream home. Since it is summer holidays, the painter also took holiday. So they need to find a painter. Sorry. They need to find a painter. Her mom offered her painting job. She offered per day some wages. Can you guess how much she has offered to her daughter? 40 rupees. Any other guesses?
100 rupees.
100 was the right number. It was not 100 rupees. It was 100 per day. That was the labor what mom was giving to her daughter, maybe 13-year-old daughter. 100 paise, just a rupee. And after 2 days of painting, she discussed with her friends. Her friends said that your mom exploited. It's a child labor, and even you are not compensated. You supposed to get compensated maybe around 500 to 600 rupees. Just a rupee is very small amount. And then she argued with her mother, it is too small, you have to increase my compensation. Then her mother said, no, not at all possible. If you wish to do so, then you do, or else you leave it. Despite the monetary blockage, the small amount what she got, even completely, she has to do the complete house grill painting. Not one grill or not 2 grill. Despite 1 rupee labor, she continued and she completed the complete house grill painting work. It took how many days? 10 weeks? 10 months? 10 days. It took 10 days. What was the amount her mom given to her daughter? The complete amount. Any guesses?
10 rupees.
Sorry?
10 rupees.
No? Sorry?
10 rupees.
No? For 10 days work. 10,000 paisa, 100 rupees. Can we welcome the talented artist and our proud president of our club, Toastmaster Amrith Kaur, with a big round of applause, please.
Well, that was my first job where I got paid. I'm very proud of that. Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Imtiaz. Can we have a big round of applause for him? Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Welcome to Bangalore Toastmasters Club. I call to order meeting number 1525. Before we move on, I will call our secretary, Toastmaster Abhinava, to read out the minutes of previous meeting.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm so tired, sleepy. No, guys, seriously, it's a Friday evening, it's raining, it's very cozy inside, but please, you have the perseverance to come here through the rain. Show some energy. I would love to hear the energy from you. How are we doing today?
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, last week's meeting, it was incredibly exciting. We had a newsletter released by our Vice President of Public Relations, Toastmaster Bhavana. The theme of the last week's meeting was unlocking hidden potential. The word of the day was stretch, meaning go beyond your comfort zone. The number of members we had was 28, the number of guests we had was 15. And the last week's winners, awardees are as follows. The Best Speaker Award went to Toastmaster Vaidyanathan Swami. The Best Evaluator Award went to Toastmaster Ganesh Pai. The Best Role Taker Award went to Toastmaster Alan Arana and Toastmaster Abhinava for the table topic role and the general evaluator role respectively. The Best Auxiliary Role Taker Award went to Toastmaster Viresh JJ for the grammarian role. And the Best Table Topic Award went to Toastmaster Alok Simha. That being said, I wish you all a great evening ahead and a great weekend. Thank you.
Any changes, members? No? The minutes stand up. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinava, for showing your hidden talent week after week. Now, I can see a few new faces here, and may I request the guests to please rise. Thank you for joining today's meeting, and I hope you enjoy and have a great time. Members, how do we welcome our precious guests? I would request our committee members to please stand up. Okay, for guests, please have Toastmaster Bala, Toastmaster Abhinava, and Toastmaster Imtiaz, and myself, the present committee members. If you have any questions regarding Toastmasters, you can reach out during the break or after the meeting. Thank you. Now, once upon a time, there were two archers who were participating in a competition. One archer was completely focused in winning the competition. His entire focus was who all are the people who are going to watch it and who is the the archer. So who are the people and what is going to be the prize money? His entire time was spent in mingling with people and making them happy. Whereas the other archer, he spent his time quietly just practicing. He would wake up right in the morning before sunrise and would start working to build his mental focus, to work to make his physical body strong and to build his archery skills. By the end of when the competition happened, who do you think won the competition? The second archer, right? So excellence is nothing else but consistent effort and unwavering perseverance. But generally what happens when we get on a learning journey, we have a different expectation in our mind. Now if I put it on a graph, this is what we expect. If let's say this is the time, x-axis, and y is your progress, then we expect a extremely consistent growth. I learn today, I implement and succeed. Yeah? That is the expectation. But is the expectation, is reality equal to expectation? Not really. So how does the reality look like? The reality is somewhat like this. You start, keep going, but after some time, it just goes, we don't really see any growth. The growth is extremely slow. There are times when we even go down, we fail, but we stand up. But if we, at this point, if we continue to persevere, there is some time that arises where there is a breakthrough and we see a growth trajectory. Yes, that is how life is in reality. We have heard the story of Jan Wong and Brian Acton, who worked with Yahoo for many years. And after leaving their job, they really wanted to apply and work with Facebook. They applied and they got rejected. They applied with Twitter and they got rejected. And that was in 2009. But they did not let that rejection affect them. They came back and started working on building an easy, reliable messaging app, which we all use today. That is WhatsApp. And they sold it in 2014 to Facebook for an exorbitant amount at that point of time, $19 billion. So there are no one story, there are millions and billions of stories which tell us that the journey from effort to excellence is only because of perseverance. And एक महापुरुष ने कहा है, सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो, एक्सेलेंस का पीछा करो. And who is the महापुरुष? Ranchor Das Chachar, right? So there is another person I know who is from our club, who has transformed his life with effort. When he was in school and college, he was an introvert person and he was struggling with public speaking. But then he came to know about Bangalore Toastmasters Club. And on October 1999, he joined the club. And he persevered so much that now he is an excellent communicator. I personally admire his humor and his storytelling skills. And he told me that it is his father, from him he was inspired. His father used to regale and entertain the relatives and family with his stories, with his life stories. And what he is able to do is only 5% of what his father was doing. I think he's just being a little humble, right? I also admire another thing with him, which is he encourages and appreciates all newcomers in the club, particularly the executive committee. Maybe because he himself has been part of many roles at executive committee and he has been a president not just once or twice but 3 times. He spent 6 years, crucial 6 years, as a CFO of his organization in China. And we call him lovingly we call him our China man. So ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands in welcoming the inspiring and thoughtful Toastmaster Nithin B.
Thank you, President, for that warm and emotional, for me especially when we talk about father. Welcome. Thank you very much. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Good evening.
We all faced it. A date that failed. An exam that we didn't clear. Or a job rejection. Or a business we started and then crumbled. Each one of us have a story to tell. And some could be inspirational. A story that came to my mind recently was about a little boy born in Surya village in Uttar Pradesh, about 80 kilometers from Prayagraj, This boy dreamt about becoming a cricketer, despite limited resources from the farming community. At the tender age of 10, he came to Mumbai alone and lived in Azad Maidan tents. Can you believe a 10-year-old boy living in a tent, selling panipuri and doing odd jobs like vending fruits just to survive. He faced rejections, eviction, hunger, and also a beating from his guardian. But he trained relentlessly. Even on the pavements of Mumbai, he struggled for 3 years. And it was Jwala Singh, if you know, he's called the scientist of cricket, who noticed this young boy in Azad Maidan. He spotted the talent. And he was shocked to hear that this boy was living in a tent, facing poverty. He immediately took him, put him in a stall in Santa Cruz, and later took him as his family member. This boy, in 2015, exploded, scored 319 runs in a Giles Shield tournament, which is an inter-school tournament in Mumbai, and it beat all the records. He joined under-19 Asia Cup team and finally under-19 World Cup, played for the finals for India. It was in 2018, Yashasvi Jaiswal was bought by Rajasthan Royals for 2.4 crores. Can you imagine a boy who lived in Maidan, Azad Maidan, in 2023 bought 5-bedroom house in Mumbai in a posh locality. The story between Azad Maidan and the 5-bedroom flat is a story of perseverance, determination and grit. And as Toastmasters, we are no different. And instantly, as I speak now, Yashasvi Jaiswal is playing the Rajasthan Royal match right now. And I hope he will shine. Now, Toastmasters, we are no different. We also come here. What are we doing here? Week after week, we are coming and showing the perseverance. For what? To learn and earn that recognition in public speaking. Thanks to Ralph C. Smedley, who started this wonderful movement in 1924. Today, for the benefit of guests, there are about 8 million people whose lives have been transformed as of now. And there are 260,000 active members today in 149 countries across the globe. Anything more about Toastmasters, please contact our committee members. You have already seen them. Or visit www.toastmasters.org. In India alone, we have how many clubs? Members? We have over 1,000 clubs. And we have in Bangalore city alone 100 clubs. For the benefit of guests, each meeting of Toastmasters is divided or broken into 3 parts. The first is a prepared speech session when members come here and deliver the speeches on a guidelines which is already prescribed by the Toastmasters International. The second is when a Toastmaster comes and throws the topics, random topics at the members and willing guests, and it is a chance for you to speak on your toes. And the third and the most important is an evaluation session where the whole meeting, right from the beginning, is evaluated by a general evaluator along with his team members. And ladies and gentlemen, today we have a general evaluator in distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Anand. Please acknowledge. Now he is assisted by three people we call them as tag team. Timer, accounter, and grammarian. Today's timer is Toastmaster Goutam. I request you to please talk about what you're going to do today.
In the Bangalore traffic, there is one thing that I have learned. You can be prepared. You can expect that there is a long weekend and you will drive faster, but there is always something unexpected, like the rain. And it is really difficult to be punctual. And in today's meeting at Toastmasters, punctuality is one of the values that we hold very dearly. And although we have some flexibility, prepared speeches, the speaker can talk 5 to 7 minutes. For table topics, the speakers have 1 to 2 minutes, and for evaluations, the speakers have 2 to 3 minutes. Unlike most intersections in Bangalore, to help me, I have these traffic lights with me. For prepared speeches, I'll show the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. For table topics, the green card is at 1 minute, the yellow card is at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card is at 1 minute at 2 minutes. At the end of the report, I'll present my timings to Vijay.
And dear members and guests, please note that any speaker who crosses this time limit gets disqualified for any awards that are there. Just to train members when they compete at international level. The second role taker is accountant. In fact, when I joined the club, I had this major problem of saying in between. That was my favorite clutch word. I think even now I have that. And most of us do have that. And I request Tirumalesh to talk about his role today as an accountant.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters members. As an accountant, I will be observing your speech. Wherever you use pillars like guide, when you use a lot of pillars in your speech, just think like it is a part whole on your wall. So when you use a lot of pillars, it's like a going in a part whole road. That's definitely not smooth. But when you don't use any pillars, it will be like a going in highway. So try to use less pillars. As I said, pillars are like basically all those things. So at the end of the basically I will be making note of all these things, pillars. At the end of the meeting, I will come up with a dashboard and I will be giving my report. So all the Surya.
Thank you, Tirumalesh. And in grammarian, we have Shreya. Toastmaster Shreya Sadugol. Would you like to come here and talk about the
Very good evening to all Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Okay, that's a very active good evening, even though very easy evening. So, as a grammarian, my role is to introduce the word of the day, which is perseverance, which means continued effort despite difficulties. Usage in a sentence is beating the rain through the meeting takes more perseverance than a 7-minute speech. I will also be taking note of the good usages and the not so good usages of the grammar of all speakers who will be coming on stage, and I will report it at the end of the meeting.
Thank you, Shreya. So, let's start the first session of Toastmasters meeting, a prepared speech session. We all heard about, we have our own superheroes in life, right? Like for me, a superhero is my first boss in my organization when I joined. I learned a lot of things from him, even today. I think he's about 92, but even today, once in a while I call him and talk to him. He's fit as a fiddle and is great. So we all have our own superheroes. The next speaker is talking about not his superhero, but the real superheroes of India. Now we will learn, I'm sure we are going to learn a lot of things from him. He is a Vice President membership of Bangalore Toastmasters Club currently and loves having a meaningful conversation. If you want a meaningless conversation, you could talk to him. And he loves exploring new cultures, new areas. And he says that I love humor. Without humor, life is of no fun. And I have seen his speeches with humor. He is really good at that. A product manager by profession. He is speaking on project 2, level 1, project 2, level 1, on pathways presentation mastery. Okay. And the project is about introduction of vocal variety and body language. He is being evaluated by Rashi, Palgota, Toastmaster Rashi. Can you read the guidelines for this project?
Very good evening to all. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. Please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes and all the rest of the practice.
Thank you, Rashi. So, dear Toastmasters and guests, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Balakrishna Rao.
Marvel has Avengers. India has contractors. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
So for me, when I watched Marvel's Avengers, I was amazed to watch various characters. Say Hulk using his fist to smash the ground. Thor using his hammer to strike. Iron Man using his fist with laser beam to destroy. They use all these weapons to fight the villains, but in the process, they end up destroying the public property. Right? We don't need superheroes. We have superheroes right here. And they are contractors. So contractors armed with jackhammers, drilling machines, JCB, end goal, destroy anything that comes on their way. And for me, I thought perseverance means working hard towards some goal in a positive way. But there's one good quality of these people, contractors. There's perseverance. No matter how many times you build the road, they will come, they will dig it again, again and again. So that is the perseverance that they have, the quality, and probably only one good quality I can see. Raise your hands if you have seen this. As soon as a brand new road is built, within a week, they come to dig it up. Right? You all have seen it. It's a very common scenario, and the drain will get even worse. They have dug up in front of my apartment so many times that I have built a new state. Like a Superman. So I can scan the underground and say where what is exactly. Gas pipeline, okay, I know where it is. Cavity water, sewage, Bascaran, broadband. So I say, I know where they have made this because they have dug it so many times. Still they come to dig. So I tell, there is a space. So they tell we are replacing the smaller one with the bigger one. So they have this different sizes, maybe small pipe, medium, large, XL. system. So every time you build the road, they just wait for it to complete, and then they will dig it just to replace the pipe. I mean, this is more of a vicious cycle which they have it as a system. Just to have a new contract, I don't know, maybe nature agrees with me. So it's a vicious cycle. It happens again and again and again. Right? And if you can mix this things up, then probably gas will come out of water pipe and maybe broadband will give you electric shock. I don't know. But perseverance is something which probably the only thing which I can see from that. And now they are laying concrete roads. So I don't know if they use RDX next time or maybe drop a bomb. I don't know. But so this the infrastructure of the public property is being taken for a ride. Okay. Now, for example, if you just keep aside the road, just few years ago in Bihar, for example, the bridge fell not once, twice, thrice. Okay. And it was under construction. So just imagine the bridge could not even wait for the inauguration. And they say on paper it is 800 crores, but in reality it could be way higher than that. I know last week any of the salary people have got salary after tax. So all your tax money is what it is went there. Now, for me, this corruption in India is taken various forms, and we call them superheroes, but I call it like sarcastically superheroes. But in reality, this is more of a vicious cycle. We have seen an organized way of probably taking money out of the government. And for me, it is when I think of this topic. So it gives a thing of how much deep that we have gone into this system of corruption and so on. And even in terms of pay, if I talk of pay for these contractors, we talk of CTC, right? We talk of CTC, we have tax, cess, and other things. And ultimately we'll get after tax. But for them, that's probably one of those jobs wherein the CTC is low, but take home is very high, right? Because of the layers of corruptions that they have done. So probably this is in front of us now. The corruption in India will not give probably Marvel Avengers for us, but it will give us endless series. Say, Ticking Wars, Revenge of the Department, which I have not spoken because there are teams who will have one intention to just destroy the other one. Say, for example, gas department worker will come. They will damage the water pipe, right? And same way you have water department will come and will break the broadband line. So there is no bonus among these departments on who should do and all of this. So in the end, what I would say is probably Marvel Avengers is not the actual superhero which you would have thought that I will talk about, but I just spoke of the contractors in a sort of a sarcastic way. But very soon they may come to the streets near you. That's what that point I would like to
Thank you, Toastmaster Balakrishna. I think that is a real concern all of us have. It's a common phenomenon you notice in our roads. Very sad state of affairs. But the roads are late. Within a week or 10 days, somebody comes and right now, gasification is going on in Bangalore, all the areas. These gate guys are coming and destroying the roads. Very bad. But no, Balakrishna, I can't believe that you joined the club few years only because your speech was so good, so full of value, full of meaning. I can't believe that you give a speech like that. And the next speaker is going to talk about does people mean no when they say no? You know, no can be used constructively. The way I used while describing Balakrishna, I said no. It's a constructive use of no. Now the next speaker is going to delve into this topic. He is an optical engineer who helps people see things that normally we don't notice. This is great. I have seen, in fact, my daughter, she notices things which I can't notice. I don't know whether I have a problem with my optics, but somewhat trained. I'm sure this person is going to talk about it. I remember in China, you know, when the place where I used to stay, those days, I'm talking about 2009, 2010, it was full of, I would say, a lot of spies from different governments in different forms. In fact, the place where I used to stay, I had a lot of friends. One was a teacher, one was a student, and especially Russian students. They can't speak English, they can't speak Chinese, they only speak Russian, but they're learning Chinese. Later I came to know, one of them spoke a little bit of English, and because I was from India, she became friendly because India and Russia has a very good relationship. I remember once when I was walking to a restaurant along with my other foreign friends, we sat, and as we sat, she said, Nithin, did you notice that guy in the red color pant and white shirt with his beard? And all descriptions he gave in that 1 minute walk from the entrance to the. I was wondering what's happening. I hardly. Then I realized that these people are trained, probably, which was confirmed later by one of those Chinese persons. So this is a highly specialized job. So this person is going to talk about on a project which is project 2, level 2, on presentation mastery. The project is about effective body language, and he is being evaluated by Toastmaster Pradeep. Can you kindly read out the guidelines for the project?
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. I will kindly explain this project to level 2. The speaker's purpose for this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intention and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how they use non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. Good luck to the speaker. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the speaker, Toastmaster Annamalai.
It was December 2023. I was in my college. The 8th Model United Nations event was being planned in my college, and I was selected as the finance lead for the event. As finance lead, my role was to collect the fund from the participants and use that fund wisely for various activities within the event. Well, this would have been the case up until the previous year, but this time my friends and I have decided to make the event the biggest my college had ever seen. So we decided to go for some sponsorship. I took down all the companies, contact details, ranging from civil service academies, study abroad consultancies, and various higher education coaching institutes where the students from my college would be their potential focus. In return for sponsorship, they would get a booth outside our event hall where they could showcase their products. It's a win-win for both of us. So we decided to go for it. So now I was on the quest of generating fund for our Model Indian Relations event. So every day after the classes, I would sit down with my phone and my laptop with an Excel sheet on it, calling number after number, talking to the receptionist and the manager, noting down all their responses meticulously. So I would call the receptionist, and this is how it goes. Hello ma'am, I'm Anand from IST. We are looking for some sponsorship from your side for our Model United Nations event. So please connect me with your manager. For this, her response would be one of the following. Sorry sir, wrong number. Sorry sir, we don't fund college events. Sorry sir, we are relocating our business. Sorry sir, our manager is going through a hard time. And how do you guys even have a company running? I don't understand. I tried everything. I tried multiple features, wrote different emails, gave them weekly follow-ups. Everything under my control, I tried, but nothing good. I hit a hard wall. I lost all my hope in asking for money to anyone. I stopped calling anyone for money, not even my dad for pocket money. So I hit a hard wall. After being defeated, I went to my friend Bharat and vented about the entire situation. Well, he said something that entirely changed my perspective. He quoted Steve Jobs. People don't know what they want until you show it to them. And you should read things that are not yet there on the page. Man, what a vague statement. What do I do with this? Now I'm even more confused. With that extra confusion, that night I just went to bed and dozed off. The next morning I woke up. Something struck me real hard, like a lightning bolt. It's contacts, student email IDs. The student email IDs of the past 5-year students who could be the potential promotes for these companies are lying around in the student directory doing nothing. So I decided to pull up the directory, combine all the email IDs on an Excel sheet and prepare to call these companies, the same companies once again. But this time, everything was different. My confidence, my pitch, and my approach. So I called the receptionist, and this is how it went. Hello, I'm Annamalai from IST. I think I may have something that is of great importance to your manager. So please connect me to it. Probably she thought this was really important, probably urgent, and immediately passed me to your manager. And hello sir, I'm Annamalai from IST. We are organizing a model and integrations event. We are looking for some fund from your side. So in return, you will get the contact details of the past 5-year students, highly valuable for your marketing database and potential client outreach. All of a sudden, there was a pause. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. My team will get in touch with you shortly. Later, that same week, I got a call from them. We discussed the terms, we negotiated the amount, and then just like that, the first funding for our model presentations event was secured. I was ecstatic. I literally ran to my friend Bharat and man, we made it. We got the first funding. Dude, how did you pull it off? Well, I made him an offer he could not refuse. My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, here is what I learned from this experience. When you want something that is of great importance to you from someone, do not just take no for an answer right away. Just step back and try to think from their perspective and try to find out what interests them and what puts them on the pedestal of the video. And if you possibly can, try to provide that exact same thing. Steve Jobs was absolutely right. Often people don't know what they want until you show them. The equally important flip side of this field, you have to find out somehow, putting in all the effort, persevering through the pain, and find out what it is that they want before they even know they want it. And if you provide something of real value to someone, you will get what you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Annamalai. That was very, very thought-provoking, if you ask me, and gave me some insight into how you can get certain things. You know, normally we just take, if somebody says no, but this approach, you know, it's a different approach what you talked about, that only convinces me further that there is no problem in the world which has no solution. It's only you have to find out the solution, how to approach, and very well spoken. Thank you very much for sharing that incident. The next speaker is a person who joined our club in 2007 to improve his public speaking skills despite losing most of his sight for macular degeneration. He is a motivational speaker, TEDx speaker, and also a PhD holder in not 1, 2, but 3 postgraduate degrees, and 2 of them are gold medal. He is speaking on project 3, level 3, on presentation mastery, and he is being evaluated by Toastmaster Richard. Can you kindly stand up and give the guidance?
Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn skills needed to connect the unfamiliar audience. Time limit is 5 to 7. All the best, speaker. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Please be seated. Have anybody heard about P effects? Neither do I. Then this speaker is going to talk about P effect. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Rajdeep Manwani.
Let me tell you 2 stories, 3,000 years apart, which changed the very foundation of interpersonal human behavior. For the first story, let me take you to ancient Greece, where there was a very gifted sculptor called Pygmalion. He, with his hammer and chisel, sculpted the most wondrous form of a woman. The statue of the woman was so enchanting, so lifelike, so beautiful that Pygmalion fell in love with his own creation. He talked to it, cared about it, spoke to it, loved it, had so much passion for it that the Greek goddess of love said, "Your statue, Galatia, will come to life." The Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite, bestowed life into that statue, and Pygmalion got married to the creation which he loved. Let's fast forward 3,000 years. In the year 1981, there was a school in southern San Francisco. This school catered to the suburban areas of San Francisco where the students were not well off. They came from difficult upbringings, difficult backgrounds. And there was a class in the 9th grade who had students who were completely notorious. They were arrogant, their academic skills were very poor, they had grades of D, E and F. They did not respect their teachers, and every teacher who went to their class came back defeated and did not want to teach that class. In a state of despair, the principal of that school, Leonard Jacobson, decided, let me do something. He called up one of the teachers who had just retired from work. Her name was Sarah Williams. And he said, "Madam, please can you come back and teach these students just for 1 year. After 1 year I'll find another teacher, but we cannot handle this class." Mrs. Sarah Williams came out from retirement and started teaching that grade of 9th standard students. Something magical happened. The grades of the students started improving. From D they returned to C, from C to B. They started taking part in extracurricular activities. And by the end of the year, that class was voted one of the best classes in the whole school. The principal, Leonard Jacobson, decided to felicitate Mrs. Sarah Williams. He called the students, parents, friends, and over there on stage he announced, Mrs. Sarah Williams, you are a magician. You converted a class of hooligans into one of the best classes in the whole school. Tell us the secret of your success. Mrs. Sarah Williams came on stage and very gingerly said, Sir, what did I do? I didn't do anything. When you send me the names of the students, next to the names of the students, you had mentioned their IQ scores, their intelligence quotient scores. And all their intelligence quotient scores were above normal. 115, 120, 123, 128. The normal IQ score varies between 90 and 110. So I knew they were intelligent and I knew they will do well. That's why they did well. I didn't do anything. The principal gasped and nearly fell off his chair. He said, Madam, those were not their IQ scores. Those were their registration receipt numbers. But the class had performed very well. In the audience was the principal's friend, whose name was Robert Rosenthal, who was a professor at Harvard University in the USA. And he said, is this just a random phenomenon or can it be investigated further? So the principal Jacobson and Rosenthal embarked on an experiment, a research study which lasted 7 years. And in 1988, they published a paper in the Harvard Business Review. And the title of the paper was The Pygmalion Effect, based on the story which I told you earlier. This paper shook the entire world of organizational behavior. What is this Pygmalion effect? The Pygmalion effect, which conducted series of interviews and samples for organizations, management reviews in educational institutions and different teams, said the same thing. If the person expects the best from somebody, the best comes out. If you expect the worst from somebody, he will do very badly. Team leaders who expected the best from their team saw their team performing well. Teachers who expected the best from their students saw their students performing well. All parents who expected the best from their children saw that their children performed well. And if you think that that person is not good, the person lives up to your expectation. This paper was also called the P effect. Not only the Pygmalion effect, but the positive expectation effect. History is replete with examples of people who have found Pygmalions and changed their life. Who was Helen Keller? A lady who was deaf, dumb, blind. She was very wild and nobody believed she could do well until she found a miracle worker called Anne Sullivan who said, no, she can do well. She taught her brain, she taught her how to handle water, how to feel things. And what happened to Helen Keller? She transformed into one of the greatest literary figures of our time. What was Albert Einstein? Till the age of 12, he couldn't speak 2 words properly. He was dumb. The teacher wrote to his mother, your son is a fool. The mother wrote back, that is your opinion, not mine. She pulled him out from the school, homeschooled him, expected the best from him, and we got one of the greatest scientists of our time. Who was Thomas Alva Edison? A pickle dog, as he was called among his classmates, carrying bags to class, fidgeting, attention deficit disorder. But the teacher said, your son is not going to do anything. The father came and told, no, teacher, Tommy will make you proud one day. I know he's a good boy. And didn't he invent 50 inventions? All because there was some Pygmalion behind them. I remember my son Pratyush, when he was in 3rd standard, he had got B and B+. While in 2nd standard, he had got all A and A+. So I asked him, what happened, Peter? This year you're not doing well. No, Daddy, my teacher does not have favorites. I told, that's very good, isn't it? She doesn't have favorites. No, Daddy, in 2nd standard, Mrs. Thomas, I was a favorite. She knew I'll do well and that's why I did well. A boy of 8 years old knew that his teacher expected the best from him and the best came out. It's so pitiful that we are filled in this world with people who are anti-Pygmalions, who expect the worst from everybody. If you tell your colleague, your teammate, your child, you're a donkey, you're not going to make it in life, he won't make it. I was counseling at Bangalore Academy and I got a student, Ashok from RV University, who was doing his architecture. In his 12th standard, he had scored 90%. But as he reached his semester, third semester in the RV University BR course, his grades started dropping, 50, 55. He couldn't take part in extracurricular activities. And after counseling him, I realized one thing. His father, who was an IAS officer, had told him, "You're so stupid. You're not going to make anything in life. You couldn't get through a proper computer science engineering degree. I had to put you in architecture." That one statement which the father would have told, even with the noblest intention, had pierced its way into the psyche of that boy. And can you believe it? It took me 12 counseling sessions to make him unbelieve what his father had said. It is so pitiful that we try and put down people. That's why it said, put downs are like murders. Murders of the soul. They kill the person's personality. And I know that behind every ordinary mortal who has transformed into an achiever, there is a Pygmalion. When I had lost my eyesight in my 8th standard, I could actually feel the pain because I couldn't read, I couldn't take part in cricket matches, and I was looking for some hope. And I found that Pygmalion in my grandfather. My grandfather, in front of all his friends who used to come to the house, used to always say loudly and clearly, you know, it's okay if my grandson cannot see the world. There will be a day when the world will see my grandson. And those words of hope, of positive expectations made me what I am today. So fellow Toastmasters, realize this. Behind every successful man, there's not only a woman or a surprise mother-in-law. There is a Pygmalion, a mentor who expected the best. So let's take out our hammer and chisel and remove the blocks of people who are feeling low in life. Let us encourage them and let us all coax out the best personality of others by giving those positive expectations. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajdeep, Manwani. That was very inspirational. You know, motivation can do wonders. I have a real life small incident. My cousin who was in Tata Press, when they decided to open a watch company, you all know the name of the company. So a lot of people were brought in from different companies, from Tatas and May. And he being a finance man, they made him an internal audit chief. And internal audit as an department, it's an unwanted area for many corporates. So the company brought all the troublemakers of different departments and put him in internal audit and made him the boss, my cousin Ashok. I still remember the first day of the meeting in our house when he didn't know, he was sweating, how do I manage this? But the first day of his meeting, he just called all of them. He found out they're from different parts of the country, somebody from Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Palgota, Kerala. He asked them, what time of the year would you like to be in your hometown? Everybody has their own timeline because the festivals are different. He put those timelines and he said, this is our audit schedule. All the internal audit team were at his command throughout his tenure and they were the best performing. So motivation can be in different form. We need to find out. We will have a short networking break. Before that, voting lines are open. Voting number is, password is 1526 for the prepared speakers. Please cast your vote. We'll take about 5 minutes break. 5 minutes break and assemble here after 5 minutes.
The members are asked to speak on a topic which is randomly thrown at them to keep them prepared and trained in future when occasion comes when they have to speak on their feet. And today's table topic master is an aerospace engineer by profession and currently works at Airbus. His core interest lies in aircraft architecture. He holds PhD in aerospace engineering from IIT Madras. And he's also a visiting researcher at Georgia Tech in US. Like most of us, he's a cricket enthusiast. But difference is he's a fan of Chennai Super Kings. And even we, to some extent, are sad that Chennai Super Kings are not in the position in which they should have been. He also feels sad about it. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seat belts. Be ready to catch the topics that will be flown to you by Toastmaster Surya Prakash Baskaran. Give him a big hand.
Okay, right. Today's table topics is a bit different. Imagine we are stepping into the world of imagination and innovation and a little bit of madness. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Yeah, so imagine a world where problems are solved not by logic, but ridiculously creative products. Today you are not speakers, you are entrepreneurs. You will be pitching imaginary products to us. Your job is simple, right? Convince us why we need that product in our lives. Doesn't have to be practical, it doesn't have to be realistic. Just has to be convincing. Let's begin and see which startup will become a unicorn today. First topic, pen that write your thoughts automatically. Pen that write your thoughts automatically. TM Graham.
Guess Brian, but
Just time you please note down 1 minute green, 1:30 yellow, 2 red.
There once was an era of love letters. Now there's an era of instant messaging. But we all know it took a lot of guts to write that letter and post it. Instant messaging is quite easy when compared to that. But even then, I would say the pen that was used back then used to genuinely write our thoughts. Keeping aside messaging as a whole, when you meet that person in particular, now there you just can't speak at times. How many of your experiences? You go to someone very pretty and then your English goes down to the drains. Many of us, right? Many of us. Puneet is quite. Why you need this pen? It's simple. When your words don't come out, neither do your hands. But if you have a pen like this, it does all your work, what your thoughts actually think. The problem is, thoughts do think, but when you see someone prettier, that connection between our thoughts and our tongue or the rest of the body quite, gets bombarded with, I don't know what nonsense. So the only reason you need this pen is simple. When your body gives up on you, you can rely on this one to make sure your thoughts are being communicated.
It sounded like some kind of AI pen. Okay, next topic. Personal invisibility cloak. Personal invisibility cloak. TM Priyanka.
Personal invisible clock. How many of you like to be timed and always being given a deadline? This is the time that you have to finish your work. This is the time you're expected to be somewhere. Sometimes I find that too taxing. How about having an invisible clock that doesn't tell you what you need to do and when you need to do, but alerts you right on time and makes you prepared to reach on time wherever you need to be. Let it be you're working on a project where you have a deadline, but that invisible clock will support you in a way that prompts you can complete your work well in advance of your deadline and present your project. You need to attend an important meeting. And with Bangalore traffic that we have today, being on time at a place, that's the biggest challenge most of us face. Trust me, having an invisible clock that can time things for us and put us in that place when needed, I think nothing can be more magical than that. So I would urge you all, think about it. Let's create that invisible clock in our mind so that we could fulfill what we want to do in our life. Let it be our dreams or be at the right place at the right time than ruining things for us. Over to you.
Time waits for none, but will wait for Priyanka. Next topic. Smart pillow that gives life advice. Smart pillow that gives life advice. TM Away.
Now imagine this. You are going around in the car of your dreams. You're wearing the best clothes that you wanted to wear. You're looking handsome, you're looking sharp. You have all the things that you ever wanted in your life. Now, would you want such a life? You're happy, you have a lot of friends, you have everything that you ever wanted. Do you want that kind of a life?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Now this pillow will give you that time. Because when you're going to sleep with all your tensions and your apprehensions and everything that's gone wrong in the day, it will use the Pygmalion effect. And it will give you, no, whatever you're thinking is nothing. It's okay, it doesn't matter. It's just a day. Tomorrow is a new day. You're going to get a fresh start. You're going to be the best version of you. And in that way, this pillow is going to make you achieve your $1 billion dreams. And the price of this pillow is only 10,000 rupees. So, do you want to become a billionaire? Do you want to become the best version of yourself?
Yes.
So come and buy this smart pillow for just 10,000 rupees and make your life awesome. Over to you.
I hope investors are taking notes. Next topic. Mirror that gives brutally honest feedback. Mirror that gives brutally honest feedback. TM Naveen.
Good evening, Toastmasters. This is the time for you to face your mirror, which tells about yourself, which knows everything about you because every day you face it, and distilling straight away your mistakes. Now, Who wants to face it? Who wants to hide it? Who wants to not to face the mirror is a challenge. But buying this mirror can change life. This mirror knows everything about you and it helps you to become better. This mirror is not very expensive. This mirror is not very expensive, but it is a lifetime. We have limited stocks. Those who want to buy, we have just 1 week of time. If you really want to grow, if you want to really know about yourself, your drawbacks, you want to come out of it, we have limited amount of mirror, just 100 left and 2 days of time. Those who want to buy, please book your mirrors. Thank you.
I'm pre-booking already, Naveen. Please take my money. Next topic. Shoes that count steps. Shoes that count steps. TM Alumni.
Shoes that count steps. The shoes. How many of you likes the shoes? How many of you freak of shoes? Nobody is there. This shoe gives you good comfort while walking, and this shoe gives you no pain, heel pain or anything else. If you walk for 100 kilometers also, it won't give you anything else. Then this shoe has comfort in the heel, which has some cushion in it, because the pain relief in it. Then that's it.
Yeah, once I had a goal of walking 10,000 steps daily. I think with the Legamex product, we should all achieve our goals. Next topic. An USB port for brain. An USB port for brain. TN Punin.
With everything around us getting smart, I think the only aspect on this planet that is left to smarten up is ours. So for the first time in the history of this planet, we as a civilization will upgrade. Why only should the apples, the blackberries and all the other fruit companies upgrade every year? We will also upgrade every year. This time no New Year resolution, New Year, new operating system. You will be completely transformed. No need to come to Toastmasters. You will be the rock stars. And the only way is this USB Type-C at the back of your brain. Like Nana Patekar used to say, छोटा दिमाग है मारने का नहीं, छोटा दिमाग है install करने का. So for 1 lakh rupees, install this pain-free Type-C USB device at the back of your head. Everyone is becoming intelligent, artificially intelligent. We should also get artificially intelligent, no? We should also upgrade, no? For 1 lakh rupees, the cost of what a kid pays for an abacus class. You get lifetime upgradation. Time to upgrade now. Don't think, just upgrade. 1 lakh rupees only, starting now. Thank you.
Oh, that was a wonderful pitch. Elon Musk is already trying brain chip. I think it will be a good competition. Next topic. Pet to human translator column. Pet to human translator column. TM Guru.
Good evening, Toastmasters. So, today I'm just observing the pet business is growing day by day. I can see the pet care is very important because in today's life I can observe with many people pets are more important than humans. That's what I got the answers from many people. So when we want to communicate, so first level is okay, it's already decided now, pets are more important than humans. And second thing is, how do we do the communication with the pets? So we need a device. And I'm sure if you get a proper communication, most of the time, the communication is not there. Recently, my boss, pet dog got died because they're not able to identify. He is giving some kind of symptoms, but they're not able to trace it, what has happened. If you have this kind of a device where you can be able to communicate, if the pets communicate and we can able to translate that, and it definitely does a miracle. So you can save all your pets, number one. And most importantly, it's an emotion. Pets is not just a pet, it's an emotion. So here, any which ways it's an emotion, so we are not charging anything for the first translator which you are buying from us. So in the second one, we may charge it. And also we also give an offers if you have a multiple pets, like 1:1 offers are there. Okay, so we will come up with the different plans. And if you want to have more pets, we will try to arrange more pets for you. And on top of that, we give a pet care additional benefits and whatever you want. It is like we will take you to the next imaginary world, the pets which are going to rule the entire universe. Okay, for that this communication device will play a major role, and this will multiply your money. Over to the Toastmasters.
Prepare for mass production ordering. Next topic. A time machine watch which can take you 5 minutes back. A time machine watch which can take you 5 minutes back. PM Taran.
In everyday conversations, we have to converse with people, we have to commit and do things that we don't know how it will end up. There are things in the future that we're completely unaware of. And while having these, we make the most dumbest mistakes, I tell you sometimes. Sometimes you have a conversation with someone, DTM Vijay, we have a conversation and there is something that's completely unlooked at. You reflect, and within those 5 minutes of reflection, you realize, oh God, I wish I could turn things back. Well, now we have the great watch. That watch, once you click, you go back 5 minutes, and then you can replay the conversation. You can get the dreams that you want. When you have a pillow to tell you what's better, why not just reflect to yourself and just realize, oh, I should have done this, and then go back and then change the things how it was. Then, when you have this, you can keep trying out different possibilities and see what works for you. Keep going. You don't like this, go back 5 minutes. Again, it wasn't good. Again, go back another 5 minutes. So then you can just keep going back 5 minutes until you're born, and then replay the entire thing all over again, and then notice that okay, then you can live your life from the start. So who would want to do this? Well, who would want to take this? For those who want a simple life path, which goes in a single direction, we are charging this price for only 10 lakh rupees. You get to control your entire life, dear Toastmasters. You get to control every aspect of your life. So why not take this offer? You don't have to sleep on a pillow, or you don't have a mentor. You just go and live it, see whether it was good. If you don't like it, go back 5 minutes, go back 5 minutes, go back 5 minutes, until you get the desired thing you want. And at the end, we also take pay later options. If you don't like it, you can go back 5 minutes.
That's the best time travel use case I ever heard. Next topic. A notebook that remembers everything you forget. A
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good evening. A notebook that remembers everything that you forget. So each one of us has got a genius within ourselves. But if you ask a fish to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Don't worry, I didn't say this. Supposedly Albert Einstein has said this. But if you want to make this true, then you need this book. Do you want to make this true? You want to live your life the way you are, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So then you have to buy this book. It's like a what do they call it? A magic wand that will absolutely give you exactly what you need. How many of people would like to go for this book? I'll tell you the price later. Only 2 people? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now here is the catch. Here is the great effect. You get a smart pillow that gives life advice free with this. How many people want to go for this now? Yeah? Only so many people. Come on, I want to see more hands. Yeah, that's more like it. Back to you.
So somewhere in the world, people are already building this. Like they have AI device that records and your voice and video all the time. Next topic. Dream recorder headband. Dream recorder headband. DM Robinson sir.
Good evening, everyone present here. Good evening. This is a new thing in the market. All of you dream your dreams, but often you forget sooner. For that, this new invention. You need not struggle. When do you get your dreams? In a calm, quiet, no disturbance, and mostly no sleep. The moment we are disturbed or get up, you forget the dreams. And here's the new invention. Dream will be recorded. You can dream anything. It will record. But later on you have the opportunity to select which one you have to follow and attain. And the cost? Some said for some new invention 10,000, there's 7 lakhs. You'll get it at a very cheaper rate. But the thing is not cheap. It's a modern invention. Just 100 rupees. And only a few are left because I came here very late to board the Toastmaster.
That was a convincing pitch. We need a conviction to follow dreams. Okay, with that we came to the end, and good luck for the speakers.
Like a typical engineer who has a lot of imagination. The topics not only involved running imagination, but at the same time controlling nervousness when people come and speak here. Give a big round of applause for those who were And Surya, the topics were such that only members of Bangalore Toastmasters Club could come and speak. It is not easy to talk on the topics what you are given. I was so heartening to note that none of them hesitated a minute. They came and spoke well. Please give them a big round of applause. Now the most important session of the meeting will be evaluated by evaluation team led by a general evaluator. Today's general evaluator is long-standing and respected Toastmasters of Bangalore Toastmasters Club. He has been a past president at the Bangalore Toastmasters Club and recognized distinguished Toastmaster. Outside Toastmasters, he is a trainer, soft skill trainer, and also coach, having 2 decades of experience in India and abroad. He is affectionately called the humor king of Bangalore Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the General Evaluator, DTM Vijay Anand.
In the words of John Wooden, it takes time to create excellence. And that's what today's theme is, from effort to excellence. It's not an overnight journey, it takes a lot of time. This meeting has taken a lot of time, and I must say the committee had done an excellent job in creating an excellent meeting. Let's see how meeting 1525 went. First things first, thank you Toastmaster Nithin for those kind words of introduction. What I'm going to do now, I will start with the individual evaluators of the 3 speeches, and then I will continue my general evaluation. On that note, first I would like to invite our healthy evaluator, the evaluator always in the pink of health, Toastmaster Rashi, to please give her evaluation. Toastmaster Balakrishna speech. Round of applause, please.
A very good evening, happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Happy evening.
Particularly to the speaker. The purpose of the project was for the member to use body language and vocal variety in his speech. Let's see how he did. To start with, there are 2 ways that I'm dividing it. In recommendations, there's body language and vocal variety. I'm evaluating on both the points. In body language, starting with eye contact, I felt it was good throughout the place. You looked all around the room. So I felt you tried and included the audience as much as you could. Second thing is your body gestures. They were nice. You started at the center of the stage when you began your speech. You spoke about Marvel heroes and all of their weapons, and then brought that sarcasm of your contractors and how they were the superheroes of India. We could understand the point or the sarcasm or the frustration that you were trying to bring in by saying that the contractors were the superheroes. In terms of movement on stage, okay, I'll get back to that later. Your comfort level on stage was good. I felt you were not very nervous. You were very comfortable. You were moving around with ease. It was not very, it didn't look very, say, unstructured. And in terms of vocal variety, I felt throughout the speech, it was slightly, maybe the tonality could have increased and decreased slightly more. In terms of, say, when you were talking about corruption, maybe you could have just increased your voice and said, you know, that's the point that I'm trying to bring forward. Or when you were talking about the bridge falling not once, not twice. So given that pause to bring in the seriousness of that subject. So when you were trying to say the bridge fell not once, not twice. So it felt very light, but the conversation was heavy. So maybe it should have come across, the bridge fell, not just once, not twice, but thrice. And that brings in the impact that you wanted the audience to understand. And when we're talking about, in terms of improvements, one thing that I had was the movement on stage. I felt you were centered, but you were just moving around here in circles. So that felt a little unintentional and not very purposeful. What you would have done was when you had written your speech, you would have divided your speech, right? So divided the stage accordingly. Maybe when you wanted to bring a strong subject forward, stood in the center, and then slowly moved around to this side of the stage so that this audience felt more included, and then moved forward and henceforth. Yes? But I felt overall your speech was thought-provoking, very relatable to the audience because everyone could understand the pain, the connect, the sarcasm that you were trying to bring forward. So very well done on that. Just a few things in mind, the tonality to bring in the seriousness of the subject and the purposeful movement on stage will only take your speech higher. Congrats and back to you.
Yes, Toastmaster Rashi divided in two portions, body language and voice modulation. About 2/3 of your evaluation we spend time on body language. Good. If I were in your place, I'd focus a little more on the voice modulation, which you did. You said tonality, but how does the speaker improve? If I were in your place, I would have told, where is Bala? Bala, right there, okay? You said it was dug up so many times. Sample this with voice modulation. It was dug up so many times. Tell the speaker what he or she could do. Then when the speaker could speak fast, he said Airtel, Jio, Hathway, so many source words. The same thing, really fast. Airtel, BSL, Hathway, Jio, speak fast. The pause. Without the pause, internet cable giving you shock. There was no shock there. Sample with the pause. Imagine an internet cable giving you a shock. So just focus a little more on place on the voice modulation. Moving on to the second speaker, I invite Toastmaster, where's Toastmaster Pradeep? Oh, Toastmaster Pradeep for evaluation. Round of applause, please. Toastmaster Pradeep.
No. It's a no, really a no. Well, I thought it was going to be some sexual harassment related topic, but it wasn't. Thank you. Toastmaster Annamalai and a very good evening to all the dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Annamalai, today's speech, the punch line was about turning a no to an S. And your speech, the messaging that you wanted to give was very relevant and your body language was mostly coherent. I say mostly, I will get into the details of it. Now like Toastmaster DTM Vijay Anand just mentioned, these speeches are supposed to be evaluated for both body language as well as your vocal variety. So I'm going to kind of split this into it, okay? And I have an acronym for you. Body. B-O-D. What? Let's see what is that. B. Balance your space. When you began, you wanted to cover the entire stage. We generally told to cover the stage and use the stage. Yes, this is generally. But like Toastmaster Rashi just about mentioned, be purposeful. Every message lands somewhere. Rather than simply moving around with it, be purposeful of where you go. Own your gestures. When you wanted to do something about this and then the hand gestures for the phone calls was almost like mimicry and it lands because it serves a purpose. But if you're simply just showing something big, something small, something, there is a mimicry, there is a mind, and there is a intentional body language. So stick to intentional body language. Own your gestures. D. Diversify your delivery. Now there are tones, you had characters when you were speaking. So you were calling somebody and then there was a stenographer or a secretary on the other side. You could have, sir, no sponsor, sir. There's another lady who would say, sorry, the CM is a little busy right now. Or you could have said, the managing director coming online and said, yes, this is the managing director who is speaking. Different tonalities, different characters could be brought to life. Finally, yield to your audience. Your audience is everywhere. Every single nook and corner of this room is your audience.
Not just the camera, not just this side. I don't know what you had against this side, but you didn't want to see this side. Maybe you were being afraid of looking at that side. But generally, this is everybody, okay? So, general practice is anchors. Find anchors. So, typically the last person of this side and the last person of that side and somebody in between who you connect to. Anchor yourself. And that will give you a connect to the entire audience group. Alright? So, overall, you made him an offer that he couldn't refuse. Now that's a powerful line. Imagine how that would have landed if you had used your voice, if you had thrown your voice a little bit. We all earned for that Merlin run. Let's bring that in powerfully and make an offer so powerful that nobody can refuse your stage anymore. Good luck to you and for not many speeches again.
Yes, Toastmaster Pradeep, I wish to learn from you that the project, well, here the guidelines, if I heard correctly, it said intentional and unintentional body language, if I am not mistaken. Thank you for correcting. Okay, so here, Toastmaster Annamalai, I forget the context. Something he said, he spread his arm and he used the word biggest. Can you just recollect what you said, Annamalai? In which context? Something you said biggest, and your arms went in this manner.
The event.
The event, yeah, thank you. Okay, now just sample this. He's unaware about this, a blind spot. Now this is biggest. Now sample this, this is the biggest event in college. You spread your arms out, expansive gestures. Make the unintentional intentional. Another thing, intense gestures is twice hit the wall, right, in terms of making breakthrough in sales. If I were in your place, I was just a speaker. Not once, twice, I hit a wall. I just couldn't make a breakthrough. Not that impact as a body language. Just my minor recommendations. Moving on to the third speaker. May I invite Toastmaster Richard to kindly give his feedback. Round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Richard.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guest, and Rajdeep, in Bangalore. Really great speech. The purpose of this speech was to speak to unfamiliar audience, or to speak to audience the speech which was not delivered earlier. And you did it marvelously. A big round of applause to DTM Rajdeep, please. Your speech had a good opening, two stories, 3,000 years apart. And as the saying goes, story sells, facts tell. You use stories to impress upon the audience about the need, whatever you are emphasizing. Examples of Helen Keller, Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, and Wundt son. Here, their parents themselves acted as Pygmalions, and they made their wards to shine in the world. Fourth twist on the second story. Those were not IQ scores, but fees paid receipts. It evoked laughter and captured the attention of all. And fifth, the Harvard findings, which were disclosed after the 7 years of hard study. And the message was best will come out when you expect best, really appropriate. The admonition, put downs are murders. Whenever you are citing this, I am sure the entire audience feelings were aroused, and they themselves were ready to punish the arousers. Vocal variety was excellent, and you mesmerized the audience. I saw during the interval, audience came and appreciated you. Emotional connect has been total. Just to take the speech the next level, I felt the first story was superfluous. It was not required. It didn't create any value for your speech. And because of this, I think you took about 9 minutes of time, isn't it? 10 minutes time. If the story was not there, you would have finished the speech with greater impact. And this, I think, better to avoid if the first story. If you are going to give the same speech earlier somewhere else, but here the projects guides were met. You told how parents saved their wards. call for action could have been incorporated. Be Pygmalions always could have been a great message to the audience. A big round of applause to Rajdeep for the great speech, and we would like to hear more and more speeches like this in future. Big round of applause.
My humble recommendation to evaluators is not Richard, sir, it's to all of us. Let's refrain from repeating too much of the content of the speech. Let's repeat it where it's really going to add value, otherwise it's kind of repetition of the entire speech. It's one minor recommendation. Moving on, let's see how our meeting went. Sergeant Arms, Toastmaster Imtiaz, 5:45 I walked into this room. Toastmaster Imtiaz, our Sergeant Arms, we had our Secretary Abhinava, Shastry here, and everything was in place. The board, you have the standee, the ribbons, the awards, everything was in place. And what the gentlemen are doing was, one is a very young gentleman, one is a young gentleman. They want to become chairman. Yes, that's what Toastmasters teaches us. They were moving chairs when I came here. And the ultimate chairman of our club, founder, president, Robinson sir, hats off to his humility, his unassuming nature, his modesty. When I came here at 5:45, he was moving the chairs. I also rolled up my sleeves. I also moved some chairs. My only chance to be a chairman. Very nice. Appreciate the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Members don't realize what the company does week after week to set up meetings. 4 months, right? This is the start of the 5th month. Excellent job. Started on time. I thought the story of the mother and daughter was very, very interesting. We had no clue whatsoever who this mother and daughter was. We had no clue. And even until the end, we had no clue. The president had come and told us that you were the little girl, right? Correct, Madam President? I was wondering, who is this girl, man? Mother giving 100 paisa, daughter painting, mother giving 100 paisa. Where? Who is this? He forgot to tell us. Good story. Yes, but I think he forgot to connect the dots. And brilliant. I know you love Bollywood. Shah Rukh Khan, was that Hrithik Roshan, and who's the other group you mentioned? The third one? Sunny Deol. Man, the sun is not out, but for you the sun is shining. I was wondering, Imtiaz, where are these stories leading? Who's these stories? One guy stammering, one guy dancing, one guy flexing his muscles. Disconnect. How will you connect those masters? You might want to just consider that. But apart from that, for doing a fantastic job, let's give it up to Toastmaster Imtiaz for 4 months and 1 week. Madam President came before address. She invited our towering secretary to read out the minutes of the previous meeting. I love your energy, Toastmaster. No script, off the cuff. You just rattle out everything. Fantastic. I'm only just scared. Your height, your blessed with wonderful height. What, 6'1", 6'2"? 6'2". Amitabh's height. Madam President is not all that tall. That's all right. But not only your height, with your presence, your voice, you're kind of bossing her. Give her a break. Love your confidence. But it seems that you're just bossing the president. Just mind that. Okay? Intentions are good, but it seems to be very dominating. Excellent job. Keep going. I love the way you so quickly you send out the minutes of the meeting. Everything is recorded, everything is sent. What do we give our secretary? Our president came, Madam President, the CEO of this club. Fantastic message about 3 stories, right? 3 stories. 2 art. Oh, she's also confused. You couldn't see her face expression. I could see. 2 archers. Has gone back my school days. All this progress, time, expectations. Man, I was saying, all the Toastmasters have been down this road of my school. Bishop College. When I go back to school, in Priyanka connected with me, her school down the road. Fantastic. And the 3rd story about WhatsApp. President, Madam President, I have in your place perhaps 1 or 2 stories. 1 too many, I thought. And excellent job. Couple of Hindi statements. Someone in the audience might not understand English. Whenever we use a local language or any other language apart from English, it's best if we can just translate that for dumbos like me. And in introduction of the PM Modi was excellent. Brilliant! Not 1, not 2, not 4, 5, 6 points. And Toastmaster got what the heck? When are you going to call me? Toastmaster got from the stage, started walking over here. Suddenly, hey, you're here. So, Madam President, and not only you, the Toastmaster, they also, introduction maybe 1, 2, maximum 3 points. Beyond that, it's kind of stretching it, and it might snap. Small. Let's give a present not only for the address, but also for the wonderful job of 4 months on which. Let's give it up for our Madam President. Moving on to our Chinaman, good friend, Toastmaster Nithin. Nithin, is it Nithin? Bangalore? No, the B is not.
It's Beijing.
Oh, it's not. That is a good one for them. Okay. There is something they knew for it. B, right? Something they knew. Their son would go to China. So B is in India, it's in Bangalore, China, it's in Beijing. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Strong points, Toastmaster Nithin. I love the introductions to every speaker. Well done. Second strong point, after every speech, you had a line or two. I think it was very nice. You kind of to knit it together, to connect the dots. Excellent job. Very well done. And after his story, inspiring story of that cricketer, Southpaw, right? Yashasvi Jaiswal. I like the way he built up the story. And the best part, you linked it to Toastmasters. We are not different. And he said, we come here to earn. Then he realized, oh no, we come here to learn and then earn. You can't blame him. He's a CA.
Correct.
And that's for the thumb note. And brilliant. Toastmaster Shreya, you're the grammarian, right? He's heard many of your when you were the secretary. And brilliant idea. Yes, public speaking is sometimes scary. If you forget, don't worry. Simple technique. Ask the audience. And Toastmaster Nithin, you took a leaf from Shreya's book. It's a very big, thick book you have, Shreya. Nithin, even I might take a few leaves from Shreya's book. It's a good technique. You forgot, just ask the audience. Before he went on to prepare speeches, he asked the tag team to give us their roles. I think he didn't, Goutam, he just slipped out. He said, at the end of the report, I will come and give it. What you meant at the end of the meeting, I'll give my report. It happened. It's all right. Then our good friend Prakash came. He started his report. Suddenly, our friend woke up. Imtiaz. He came to adjust the mic. Squeaking noise. He wanted to give his report. Toastmasters said, explain your role. He, in his mind, he wanted to shout at Imtiaz. So Imtiaz, recommendation. All these minor tweaks, these trial runs, we could do it before the meeting. It's quite disturbing when they come on stage. Just to get that before the meeting starts. So early, 5:45. You have a good 40 minutes before the meeting started. You can do that then. One small minor recommendation to Toastmasters. We introduce the speaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place them on a pedestal and then bring them down. Okay, just wait that speaker. If I later read the guidelines. It's a kind of wet blanket. If I were in your place, ask the evaluator to read the guidelines. Thank him or her, and then you start introduction. Otherwise, it kind of dips, and the speaker is found. It's kind of a small disconnect. So I would do that first. Ask the evaluator guidelines, then the speaker's introduction. What did we give our Chinaman? A big round of applause for this. Then we had our man with the supersonic table topics, Toastmaster Surya. 10 topics, Surya. I think we have to go to the sun and come back. John F. Kennedy said you have to go to the moon and come back, but you sent us to the sun, Surya. Fantastic topics. I'm just going to take a leaf from Puneet's book here, trying to evaluate some of the speeches. I like what he did 3-4 weeks ago. The first one for Brian, right? Pen that write your thoughts. Brian, more thoughts, more pen. He went out of modern world, being youngster. So one small recommendation, avoid getting into, stick to the topic. You went into the messaging of the modern world, and then you came back to the pen. One simple technique to use was we have the 4 W's, 1 H. You could have used 2 W's, 1 H. The what about the pen, how it works, why. That would be a more well-rounded mini speech. Now, Priyanka, personally, In this will be clock.
Where is clock? But I don't know it's flow.
Exactly, that is my question. Toastmaster Surya, cloak or clock? Even he's stunned. The physics engineer, PhD man is stunned. Yes, my friend. Cloak, C-L-O-A-K or C-L-O-C-K? Think now. Cloak, in way of cloak. Okay, thanks, Abhay. Thanks for the body language. Okay, so that means in the same job I am Priyanka, I'm sure many of would echo the same similar sentiments. It means articulation. Any speaker on stage, you have to be clear, enunciation, pronunciation. Because as it is, table topics is tough. And then clock, what the hell is he saying? It's just a little more, small. Okay? Good job, Priyanka. I thought you gave the example of what we actually go through working with his projects, meetings, spoke of benefits. Well done. Abhay, third topic, small pillow gives life advice. A little while, initially Abhay was losing sleep over this topic. But very quickly our man came into his elements. And what a way, force fit. Some car, you're driving, well dressed and this, that, and that. I'm wondering, where is the pillow? I thought he's with Bosch, he'll come with those ABS airbags, something like that. That car, handsome man, dressed and pillow he brings in. Brilliant, yeah, brilliant, wonderful. And only 10K for that, what a pillow. Fourth topic, Naveen. Where's Naveen after today? Oh, very nice. He was sitting in the second row, after topic went to the last row. We were giving brutal feedback. So Toastmaster Surya, I know it's very, we love your topics, it's very innovative, very different, very nice. A small recommendation, just see who the member is coming, right? You might want to make it a little more simpler, keeping the member, how long they've been in the club, the comfort levels. Toastmaster Naveen, we appreciate your effort, but if I have to give you honest feedback, I'll be a mirror, because the topic was challenging, right? Going on in circles. And the biggest mirror I would hold for you, I'm not wearing trousers, I'm wearing jeans. Your left hand is here. So perhaps one thing we could do is avoid that while speaking. I know because nervousness happens, I'm not aware of it. It's one thing, yes. Number 5, Alagway, shoes. Is Alagway here or she's going to shoes and left? Exactly. The topic you gave the young lady, shoes, she's taken very seriously. 100 km from here, 100 km this side, Woodmarket, east of Bangalore, 100 km between Tukur and Sirap, 100 km halfway Anandpur. Okay, so that lady is wondering what to do with us. So in absence here, what we will do is talk about the health benefits of this. Break it into parts. It keeps your BP in check, keeps cholesterol in check, whatever, right? Some benefits, we could talk on those lines. Puneet, USB over here, is it? Amazing, USB port for the brain. I love that upgrade where you always show your entire, well done. Guru, pet to human, was the topic? Pet to human? Translator. Okay, thank you. I was a little again found wanting getting probably my bad, I could listen properly. Guru, well done. Importance of pets, excellent. We gave the example of the boss's pet, and if I got you wrong, the pet passed away, right? Yeah, so very emotional and also there benefits, okay. And the way you went about, we know you're in sales, Guru. This pet topic became your pet project. Man, brilliant, Guru, brilliant. Okay. Taran, where's our friend Taran? Oh, Southpaw Taran is there. Time machine takes you 5 minutes. Now this guy is brilliant. 5 minutes, he's taking 5 minutes continuously, and I think he'll go back into his mother's womb now. His whole life he can rewind. Brilliant, man. And what is this? 10 lakhs. Right? The price. Oh, you got to watch out for this, huh? Okay. Ratan, notebook remembers everything you forgot. And Ratan, I'm wondering how the fish climbing the tree with this notebook. I really couldn't see the connection. It's also a force fit. It happens, yes, don't worry. We're beginning our journey. I also do all this, I do all of this. Perfectly alright. But I think slowly came back to the topic. It was broken into parts. And even the benefits of what this book does. Robin Sisa, dream record a headband and only 100 rupees. Sir, are we living in 2026 or 1926, sir? 100 rupees! You 200 a headband, sir, today, but we love your very honest pricing, sir. Okay, we spoke about the dreams all of us had. You connected with the audience. Well done. What did we give our friend who has come all the way out from the moon? The solar man, Surya. Big round of applause, please. Before I finish my evaluation, the tag tag team, Timer Goutam, could you please come on stage and give us your report, please? Round of applause for Goutam, please.
It's almost the end of the meeting and the end of the report. Good evening to everyone once again. The good news is Speaker Balakrishna, Speaker
Annamalai.
All the table topic speakers and general evaluator Vijay adhered to the timelines. The bad news is I had to give a challan to my mentor. Show the red start.
I couldn't hear the pen, that's why I went. Next time, please put it a little louder, then I would have been able to.
10 minutes, 20 seconds for.
I thought it was just the third pen or something. That's it.
On that note, thank you for all of you for your patience.
The first time? Yeah. He deserves a bigger round of applause. As a tag team, people are true warriors. It's a thankless job, goes unnoticed. Kudos to you. Let's welcome our counter Tuglesh. Round of applause, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Here is my counter report. Toastmaster Balakrishna, he used A 8 times, so 8 times, and Speaker Annamalai used so 10 times. And coming to Rajdeep's speech, I don't see any fillers, it's a 0. And coming to table topics, Toastmaster Abhay, Toastmaster Puneet, and Toastmaster Raman and Robinson sir, they don't have any fillers, it's a 0. And remaining people used some of the fillers like so on, and it was incredible. So this is my practice.
Report, please. Round of applause.
Very good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
So, the word of the day, I think most members, they see the expectation went across the board only, because the word of the day was used by, okay, I'll just tell you what I used. You can count on your one. Toastmaster Abhinava, Toastmaster Imtiaz, and Toastmaster Amrith used thrice to setting the bar very high. Toastmaster Nithin and Toastmaster Balakrishna gave her tough competition. We are also using thrice, the word of the day, and Toastmaster Annamalai. The good usages of the word, the good usages were the tender age of 10, more vicious cycle, give us endless series and not just movie, state of despair, embark on an experiment, the positive expectation effect, be a Pygmalion, always at pink of health, and make an offer they confuse. Not so good usages was not once, twice, thrice, but it could be not once, twice, but thrice. One of Chinese person could be one of Chinese people. She gingerly said could be she said gingerly. And bombarded by some nonsense could be bombarded by anxiety. You will become best version of you you will become best version of yourself. Over to you.
Okay. Before I sign off, I suppose the Sultan sent the link for the WhatsApp group, and the number is the passcode is 1526. The code number 1526. Please cast your vote for the barring the best speaker every other vote. Okay. So before I sign off, it's all about excellence, and the words of Aristotle. Excellence is never an accident. You've got to put constant effort, and you've got to persevere whatever you want to achieve in life. On this note, I hand it back to the Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Nithin B.
Okay. You know, general evaluation is a very serious subject. And only few Toastmasters I have seen who can bring humor into a general evaluation. So, dear Toastmasters, please give a big round of applause to the general evaluator, Vijay. And on this general evaluation, I would like to remind members that the evaluation is not only for the concerned speaker, it is also for us. Because we learn from each evaluation, think that it is, that's the way we need to improve, and that's how we improve on multi-floor, and that's the beauty of Toastmasters. With that note, I want to thank the committee, especially VP Education, who gave me the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll hand it over to the President.
Alright, for a lovely evening, can we have a big round of applause for all the role takers of all the speakers? My special thanks to everyone who is definitely those who have taken a role, and those who have come as the audience and the guests. There were many reasons that you could have skipped today's session, but you came, and that makes a huge difference. I remember one day Toastmaster Brian had said that if he wants to spend his Friday evening well, he comes to Bangalore Toastmasters Club. So for a well spent and a well meeting, can we have a big round of applause once again? And sometimes you get lucky as well, Toastmaster Brian, by getting a chance to speak, right? Okay. All right. Now, while we are writing our certificates, there's one thing that I would like to acknowledge, and that is the work done by our Vice President membership. He has successfully enrolled members for Speechcraft, 2 Speechcrafts. One is already completed, and we are currently running the second Speechcraft. 32 members, both Speechcraft. Can we have a big round of applause once again? Contractor. Thank you so much, sir.
He's a superhero, not a contractor.
Yeah, he's an Avengers inspired superhero. Just like his speeches, which are completely out of the box, I think his thinking and the way he works is completely out of the box. He was extremely smoothly and strategically was able to enroll members for Speechcraft, and we were left speechless when he kept telling us that, okay, 32 members are done and much ahead of the start date. So once again, thank you for a brilliant work. Now, for the best auxiliary role, we have our Choda Dhamaka rocket in the pocket. Toastmaster Shreya Sadugol. Best table topic speaker. Alright. Someone who spoke about charging your brain, and Toastmaster Puneet Surya.
Just a second.
Best Role Taker Award, well, goes to someone who comes up with immense feedback and evaluation, which is extremely important for the growth of club and for the growth of members. Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Anand. Best Evaluator Award goes to someone who and own the stage, Toastmaster Pradeep Padmanabhan. Alright, and finally, we have our Best Speaker Award for someone who is an extremely inspiring person whenever he comes on stage and even off stage. This person who spoke about the Pygmalion effect, distinguished Toastmaster Rajdeep Manwani. With that, I adjourn meeting number 1525. Okay, the rain has stopped.
Yes.
Please meet Toastmaster Balakrishna Rao outside, and please grab your snacks for a briefing on Toastmasters and speech craft. Okay? Thank you everyone, and have a great night.